Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my last 2 days of this week, which are my Thursday and Friday. I hope you guys all had a lovely week and you're all enjoying your Friday, almost the weekend. On my Thursday I got up ready for my coffee catch with my family friend and his partner, and had some breakfast, which was just a bit of music, doing a bit of drawing, a bit of colouring in, watching a bit of Netflix. My dad, older brother, sister, younger brother and sister all had work. I do not have work. I've been off for Thursday, Friday, and I'm back in Saturday evening. And so I've just been enjoying a bit of freedom. And I then sorted out my pizza doll and was just doing a bit of colouring in. And then I made my way up to the high street to my workplace to meet with my family friend. His partner, unfortunately, she had to work, so she couldn't make it. And I got there and sat outside and was waiting for him to arrive. I then went inside just to check that he hadn't gone inside. He then turned up. I came back outside and we hugged and wished each other Happy New Year. And then we just sat chatting about how our Christmases went and what we got, and just about life in general. We sat inside for a bit and I had a chai latte and a portion of halloumi fries. Had some more chai lattes, which I'm obsessed with at the moment. Then one of the workers came along and we went outside and joined them and had some more drinks and was just chatting, and it started to rain a bit, so we put the body up that we have on tables out there. Then we exchanged Christmas presents and I got my family friend and his partner a Home Sweet Home sign as they move into their new home next month, which is very exciting. And they gave me this Kylie wine, which I can't wait. I'm not a big drinker, but I'm definitely going to try a bit of this and cannot wait to put this up on a shelf, keep the sign and put some fairy lights in it and have it as a nice little decoration. It's just so lovely of them to get that for me, as they know how much I love a bit of Kylie. Then they went off and I wished them a happy new year, and we'll have to do it again soon. It was just so nice catching up with them. I then went off and had like one sort of charge shots, and I got this jumper here, which I love. I tried it on in the fitting room, loved it so much I had to get a selfie, and I just love striped jumpers. I love jumpers in general, but striped jumpers especially, as you can tell. I then went off to this little cafe in one of the shops in the high street and got a bit of carrot cake and a apple juice, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Carrot cake and apple juice was so nice. After that, I then went off and had a look around some of the charge shops. I then bumped into my younger sister's boyfriend and had a nice catch up with him. I went off to go to the flower shop and he was like, oh, I'll join you. So I was like, okay then, that'll be nice. And so I got some flower shots in there, and he likes photography as well, so he was like pointing at different things. And it was nice having another photographer lover giving me new ideas of like things to take photos of. And then I was just chatting with the flower shop keepers in there, and I'm going to show you guys the flower snaps that I got from there now. Love flower photography so much because it makes me so happy, all the lovely colours. I then got dropped back by my younger sister's boyfriend, kindly dropped me back home. I forgot that my mum was going down to my grandparents' house and of course had locked up, and I didn't have a house key, and I was meant to grab my house key on the way out, but I was in such a rush to get out to see my family friend at my workplace for our coffee catcher that it slipped my mind. So he kindly dropped me down to my grandparents' house. I stayed there for a bit with my grandma and grandpa and mum, had a nice catch up, had some cups of tea, and then me and my mum got back, and I then was just watching Home and Away, wrote a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, sorted out my preacher doll, and then my older brother was back from being at work and he was sorting out his new bed, so there was lots of banging and crashing and drilling and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, trying to sleep because I ended up having a nap. and I then got up for my nap, and my dad was back from being fishing, and I got myself ready to go off to touch rugby. Older brother was getting ready to go off to senior training rugby, and I then got ready, got my boots on, got my drink ready, and then headed off to touch rugby. My dad dropped me down, and it was a really good session back, first one of 2023. I did, however, manage to slip over and cut my knee and raise my elbow. So clumsy, it was bound to happen, and a few people were actually slipping over because it was quite slippy on the Astro, and it started raining quite hard, and we had a little break, had my drink, decided to take my jacket off just as we were going back on, so I took that off, and then just as I was going back to play, I got hit in the face with this little orange ball. So there was another game going on the other side of the Astro. There was a little football game going on, so of course I ended up getting hit by the ball, and of course all these little kids started laughing, and I was like, flipping heck. But it was so cold, so windy, my face was so cold, so I didn't really feel it, so I was just like, I think it's kind of wedding. I didn't tell anyone, and luckily nobody saw. And then on the way back from being at rugby, I told my older sister, who was dropping me back, and she laughed the whole way home. Classic. I then got home, and I got showered and changed, and me and my older sister and mum and dad were just watching a bit of this dog adopting program, which is so adorable. And then this house cleaning house cleaning show with Nick Knowles from DRSS, which is such a good show. Then I had my tea, and I had spaghetti bolognese, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. The spaghetti bolognese was so good. I love lots of Parmesan cheese on my spaghetti bolognese. I then finished off writing my journal, put that away, and my older sister got off home. I was then just watching the UK soaps, listening to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks. Then I was just watching some Netflix. I then went off to bed, and then on my Friday I got up ready for the nice daytime off, having 2 days off and a half. It's going to be so good, and the weather was lovely, and these two guys came in to sort out my older brother's window, and they wanted to try come in through the end room door, but it's boarded up, so they ended up having to take the ladder over the flat roof, which I did say would be a good idea, but I don't think they wanted to do that. My mum was asleep, older brother, sister, and younger brother and sister, and my dad were all at work, so it was up to me to tell them where to go, and I didn't know what to say. Of course, they then left in an absolute mess, so of course I had to then tidy it up, and they were like, oh no, don't worry, we'll tidy it up afterwards. So of course I was like, okay mate. So of course they then went off, and it was like 8ish at this time, so of course I'm literally half asleep. So of course I then go back to bed, I then get up, and my dad's back from work, mum's up, she then went off back to bed, so did my dad, and I then got myself showered and changed, and had some raisin bread and a cup of tea, and went off to go for a little walk. Left a note saying off for a walk, X. Locked up, went off for a little walk. Literally it was so windy, it was lovely and sunny, lovely blue skies, but so bloody windy. So I was getting blown left, right and centre. I then went up to one of my favourite little coffee shops and got myself a white chocolate mint frappe and a bit of carrot cake, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. It's so good. The carrot cake was huge. I didn't actually think I was going to be able to finish it all. And my family friend and one of his mates who works in Aldi came in, and I joined those two, and was just a nice chat, and it was just winding my family friend up, what I love to do, a bit of banter, a bit of solitude. He gives as good as he gets, and it was really nice to catch up with him. Seeing him 3 different times this week. I mean, just can't get away from him. And then I got myself a Coca-Cola, and then I headed off and went off to look inside the child shops, and went off to one of the other flower shops that has been shut over Christmas that reopened today. So I went in there and I wished the flower shopkeeper a happy new year, and we were just talking about our Christmases, and I got some flower starts on there that I'm going to show you guys now. love it in there so much. All the lovely flowers, the colours, it all smells so good in there. And I then got the snap of the plant wall that I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. I love that plant wall so much, it's so beautiful, all the lovely colours, the patterns on the plants. I then went off and had a look around some more of the charity shops and went into the Card Factory and W. Smith's. Didn't get any more stationery, didn't need any more stationery. I then popped into my workplace to get my tips. I was chatting to the people who were on shift, and one of my colleagues said to me, "It feels so weird seeing you in normal clothes and not in your work uniform." And I said, "Because I'm always working. I am now working a 6 till 10 instead of doing 6 till 9 this Friday, and I'm going to be doing a bit more bar training, which I'm excited about. I am loving pulling pints, and then after nailing the pint pulling and stuff, I'm going to then focus on coffee making stuff, which is a little bit more complicated and will take a bit more time. So I can pull pints, do soft drinks and teas and a few hot chocolates, but need to, and a few orange juices from the orange juice machine, but it just might need a bit more like help with the coffees and the orange juice machine and also the hot chocolate making, because apparently I don't make it right, so I'll have to learn their way. And yeah, looking forward to it. Very exciting. Gonna be able to like make the drinks and stuff, and might even be able to go on bar and be doing coffee making and stuff on a few shifts, which is exciting. 2023 is the year I get bar and coffee trained. I'm just so excited to be able to be like part of that team. I know I'm part of the team, but I always felt like, because they can pull pints or make coffee, I always felt it was a bit on the sideline, but I'm actually in the thick of it, which I'm loving. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but all great and exciting things, always nerve-wracking. And yeah, I just can't wait to continue on with my bar training. I then made my way home, and on the way back I was just playing on my Pokemon Go. I'm on level 28, almost level 29. My goal was before Christmas to get on level 30, but that kind of failed. So I'm now just trying to get up to level 30. And I then made my way home, and I caught a load of cool Pokemon, which is awesome. I let myself in, and my mum and dad were out, the cars were gone, and there was no note, no message on my phone. So of course I freaked out, tried to call my dad, couldn't get hold of him, tried to call my grandparents, of course picked up, and I was like, "Grandma, do you know where my mum and dad are?" And then my mum's like, "It's me." Mum, I was like, "We're just at my grandparents' house now," and they'd taken my grandma's car back to my grandparents' house that my older brother had to borrow as his car was having work done. And I should have realised when I looked in the drive and saw that car was gone, but I didn't realise. So of course I was like, panic over. I then had some lunch and was just watching a bit of Netflix, played on Subway Surfer, and was just listening to some music. And then my dad and my mum got back. Of course the dog started barking, the doorbell went, because they thought not the doorbell, the phone went, and of course, yeah, I think the doorbell might have gone actually. It was just lots of noise, the dog barking, like Piccadilly Circus. Never a quiet moment in this house. And I then was just doing some illustrations, a bit of colouring, a bit of writing, sorted out my Peter doll. I got my uniform ready for work tomorrow, and I plan to have a Butties. I plan to have a Butties to Sandwich Place. It's similar to Subway, but I think it's way better. But they're not open till the 9th, so I'm now going to have to wait until then to get another Butties, and I can't wait to get myself Butties. And had some lunch and was just chilling, and I'm now off to go and probably watch a bit more Netflix, probably rewatch a bit more Bridgerton, and then I'm not sure what I'm having for tea. Probably just going to go for a walk, probably pop to the corner shop and get some lunch from there, so get myself some tea from there. And yeah, hope you guys have all had a lovely week, or have a lovely rest of your Friday and a great weekend ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog very soon. Bye.